you. Thank you. Good to have you. How are you today? How's your day going? Thank you. All right. I'm really happy that you are able to join me today because I've got something very, very important to discuss with us. It's going to not waste our time because I know people have to take time out to actually be here today. So, what I just want to discuss with us today is how to achieve goals in our life. Because what we need to understand is to do or achieve anything whatsoever, if it's losing weight, starting a business, growing a business, getting customers, writing a book, being an author, everything in this life, it requires you to plan for it, to desire it, and to work on it. It requires you to desire that particular goal. It requires you to work on it, to plan for it, and to take action in order to get it to the finish line. Where a lot of people miss this is they think they have in their head, okay, I want to lose weight. Okay, you want to lose weight. So what are you doing to lose that weight? How are you planning to lose the weight? What are you doing? What steps are you implementing in order to lose that weight? There's a popular quote by Mark Twain. I just want to read it quickly. It says, "The secret of getting ahead is getting started. The secret of getting started is breaking your complex, overwhelming task into small, manageable tasks and then starting on the first one." It is getting started. This is where a lot of people stop. Getting started is where they stop. And the reason why they stop is because the goal they plan or the goal they desire, it looks too big, it looks far out to achieve for them. And for us to be able to achieve our goals, I'm going to just list or mention some things quickly for us that will really help us to achieve our goals. There's so many people that think, okay, yes, you know what, I'm going to be an author, I want to write a book, and all they have in their head, and they've spent 5 years with that thought, I'm going to write a book, one day I'm going to be an author, one day I'm going to be an author. They spent 5 years just thinking about it. What steps are you taking? Because even the word of the Lord said, faith without works. Faith without the work is dead. You cannot achieve anything without actually putting in the work. And so, for us to be able to achieve our goals, no matter what it is, I want you to have something. Whilst I'm going through this particular workshop this morning, I want you to have something in mind that you desire. If your desire is to start a business or to grow your business or to increase your income in any way, is to lose weight, is to be an author, write a book, whatever it is that you plan to achieve before the end of this year, I want you to put it into your into visualization for this particular session, and it helps you to actually see this vision come to life as we're discussing. Now, there's so many things that we need to do for us to actualize what we need to do. Okay, it's very, very easy because I know from my own personal life and personal experience, it's very easy to get, wallowed up in a lot of things that are happening around us. Sometimes life happens and the things that you set yourself, your goals that you set yourself, will not actually actualize, and that is fine. We don't need to beat ourselves up about it. But the things I'm going to mention here will help you to plan ahead for those things so that when they happen, it does not throw you out. It does not, move you and shift you away from the things that you want to do. It actually helps you to reshape, to reform, to refine, and to refocus your particular targets. Okay, so I'm not going to dwell about how do you set goal. You know what you want. There's no need for me to drive around just to while away time. I'm not going to do that because time is of essence. To achieve goals, time is also of essence. So what I'm just going to jump on here straight is that, one, you must have your goals written out in clear print. Either it's on your phone and you are reminded of it every time. If it's on the paper, write it on the paper, put it where it's visible. I think there's a word of God in Habakkuk. It says, write the vision, Even God says, write the vision and make it plain, that he who reads it may run with it. Write the vision and make it plain, that he who reads it may run with it. So if you have not written, that is the first and basic thing we need to be able to understand and to achieve. First, you need to be able to write down your goals. What is it? And once you write it down, it needs to be, you need to follow the acronym SMART, SMART. It needs to be specific. You need to be able to measure your goals. It needs to be achievable. Some people have goals. I'm going to, by the end of 2020, I want to earn £1 million. Is that achievable? What steps are you taking to make sure you achieve those goals? What have you looked at in times past that has brought you even close enough to that particular goal? So it must be achievable. It must be realistic. For instance, when I was preparing for this lesson, I looked at myself. I said, okay, I've got a goal. I want to be an international speaker. All right. But then I need to look at it. If I want to be an international speaker right now, it would have to take me out of my life right now, and I'll be expected to be flying all over the world. It's achievable if I work on it, but it's not realistic because I've got little children. They need me. I need to be there for them. I've got my husband. I need to be there for him. I've got, brick and mortar businesses that they will need my attention. So even though it's achievable, even though it's one of my goals, but for my life right now, it's not realistic. I should, I should be real with myself. So any goal we have that takes us out of our immediate life, immediate environment, and you're looking far ahead of 5 years, 10 years, you should bring it home. Bring that goal close to home, so that it's very, very, it feels okay. You live in it daily. You don't envision a goal of 5 years from now. Don't envision a goal of 10 years from now, because what you do is it overwhelms you, and it lets you, it takes the focus away from the things you can see and you can achieve immediately. And the last thing is, must be time bound. Your goal must be time bound. Your goals must be SMART, specific, measurable. It must be achievable, it must be realistic, and it must be time bound. So I'm just going to cite an example. If my goal is to lose 5 kg before the end of next month, I need to tell myself I want to lose 5 kg by the end of March 2020. I need to put a time, because when I put a time, it helps me to look forward to that goal. So by the end of March, I can assess, I can review, did I actually achieve that goal? Did I make it? Did I do what I set out to achieve? And therefore, for us to be able to achieve our goals, we need to be able to define it clearly. We need to be able to write it down, write the vision, and make it plain, that he may run that reads it. So if you haven't written down your goal, I want that to be the first assignment from this lesson today, that you will go write down your goals. Once you write it down, then it begins to come into actualization. There is something so powerful about writing this goal down. And I just wanted to, cite an instant example here. The beginning of this year, or before we came into 2020, I told myself all the things I needed to do for my business. I want to start being visible. I want to start writing blogs consistently, start sending out emails to people that are on my mailing list. There are some things I send to people on there that I don't share publicly, because these people are my close knitted people that I share very, very useful information that will help them to move their business forward. So I just wanted to mention that. And then I sat down. I have like 10 things I plan to do. So initially, all these things have been in my head. They've been like big plans that I had. But until the beginning of this year, I didn't write it down. I wasn't even following my own lessons. So what I did, I wrote them down. I posted it where every time I'm dressing up in the morning, I will see it. Every time I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing I see. That is why it is very, very essential that we have this right in front of us. And every time I'm telling myself, okay, I said, this is what I said I'm going to do, but what have I done? This is February. Is there anything I've done, or what can I actually pick up to start doing? So it's very, very crucial that you have something in mind that you want to do, you put it down on paper. I have a particular course for this goal mastery and productivity, and in that course, what I discussed is this: you have to have a master list. So that list is composed of everything you want to do. It's your master list. Just write down, take half an hour, write down everything you would like to achieve, every single thing. So you have that master list. And then what you will now do, which brings me down to number 2 of how to achieve your goals, is you need to break your big list down into manageable lists that you can see. It is very important that you are able to now break the big task down into something that is manageable. If you are just looking at the list every day, it becomes overwhelming. But now, I now break it down into my yearly goal. For 2020, I will pick about 4 or 5 things I know I can achieve with the time I have. And then I break it down. So once I break it down, 2020, I would want to achieve 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I have those 5 big lists for my yearly plan, and now I have to break those plans down into monthly goals. This is very important. This is where a lot of people miss it. What you need to do is now you break it down into monthly goals. So I have to say, in the month of January, I need to have written 1 blog post, month of February, month of March, and I need to find the topic. So it's not just writing it down. So once you break it down, I'm coming to my 3rd point now. Once you break it down into yearly, then you break it down into monthly. You break it down from every month to every week, what you're going to achieve to meet that particular monthly goal. And every day of the week, you need to write down what you're going to achieve, that will, what you're going to do that will help you meet that weekly task, that will help you meet that monthly goal, that will tie into your yearly goal. Can you see the picture I'm trying to paint for you? So this is your big task. I'm not going to throw this in the air. Let's say, for instance, your goal. Okay, my goal is to write a book, for instance. If my goal is to write a book before the end of before the end of 2020, I'm going to say, you know what? Every month I need to write 2 chapters. Every week, what will it entail? How many words are in a chapter? Then I need to write, okay, every week I need to write 2,000 words. And then if I need to write 2,000 words every week for the month of January or for the month of February, 2,000 words, I now need to break these 2,000 words to say, okay, I will not have time to write every day of the week. So I need to assign myself, okay, I need to, on Tuesday, on Thursday, and on Saturday, I will write 500 to 800 words. So when you break it down, can you see how I've broken it down? When you now break this down into smaller manageable things that you can see. So the small task of writing 500 to 800 words on those 3 days I've appointed for the week, before I know it, by the end of that week, 800 times 3, I've written 2,400 words. So I've met my target for that month, or for that week, sorry. If I do that, I've met 2,000 words every week. By the end of the month, if you tally up, I've written my 2 chapters. That is how easy it is to achieve your target. Break it down into yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily goals. Once you do that into smaller tasks, then it's easier for you to work on the little task every day. You are able to take that off your list that, yes, I've done it. There's one thing I want to mention for us is this. Before you break this goal down, obviously you need to know what it takes for you to get to the final point. Say I'm going to Manchester from London. If I need to go to Manchester and I do not plan my journey, I do not know how I'm going to get to Manchester, and all I do is I just get up, get my bag, step out the door. Do I turn left? Do I turn right? If I haven't gone into Google Map, see, how do I get to Manchester? Am I going to drive? Am I going to take the train? Am I going to take the coach? You need to create a blueprint. I'm just going to say this again. You need to create a blueprint of how you are going to get to your destination. Okay. And so I'm just going to cite an example here. If I need to lose weight, okay, I want to lose 10 kg before the end of this year. How, if I just am going to lose weight and I have no plan whatsoever, I don't know even how to do it, how am I going to lose that weight? I need to first of all sit down whilst you're doing the planning. Once in that 30 minutes that you take to actually plan your goal, to actually decide what you want and define your goal, you need to look and envision how first you're going to get there. So if you don't know how you're going to get to where you're going, how do you know how to get there? You need to plan everything that is required for me to lose that weight. Do I need to sign up to a weight loss program? Is it milkshakes? Is it herbal teas? I need to find out what will it require for me to lose that weight. And then once I have it, I know, okay, I need to be using this particular tea, herbal tea, to lose weight. I need to be eating this certain food. So I need to plan, I need to prepare, I need to know what it would take me to get from point A to point B. If I don't know where I'm going, then I'm still going nowhere. Like I said, if you're going to Manchester and you're living in London and you do not say, okay, I'm actually driving, I need to first of all, and then the Google map will tell you, you need to get onto A12, A13, you need to go to M1, M12, M25. So I need to know how I'm going to get to that destination, because if I don't know how I'm going to get there, I would not know what all those I'm going to face along the way that will stop me. This is where a lot of people have actually stopped dead in their in achieving their goals, because once I've looked at what would it take for me to get to where I'm going, and I can see that a lot of these things I've tried them in the past and I haven't gotten to where I need to go. And therefore, I need to take a step back and see, what can I do this time? What can I implement this time that will make sure I reach my end goal? Okay, now that you have all of these things listed, you know your goal, you've created the steps that will get you to your goal. You know how you're going to get to it. Okay, you have all the ingredients, you have all the tools, you have everything that you need. Now you need a best friend. You need something that will tell you at every point in time, that will be your check post where you need to be going, or if you're actually going there. Now you need to schedule it. You need your calendar. You need anything. If you're not good at using calendars, this is the time. This is the tool that a lot of people misuse, that a lot of people don't actually know the importance of scheduling your goals and your task for you to be able to see achievement. So what you need to do is this. Now I know I want to lose 10 kg before the end of the year. I already told myself I need to do exercise, will be included in what I need to do. I need to change the pattern of the food I'm eating. I need to look at the time I'm eating the food. So I've assessed all of the situations around that particular goal. And then the next thing I need to do is this. I need to schedule. I need to plan these goals. I need to plot it into my diary, into my calendar. Then I need to exercise on Tuesday. I need to exercise on Thursday, and I can exercise on Saturday. And therefore, I put it into my calendar to remind me, because life will always happen. Things will happen that will, throw us off. And so, but when you schedule it, when you have a reminder of the things that you need to do, you need to take action. Nothing gets done unless you get up and do it. You could have a goal, you could have a plan, you could implement all of this, but until you stand up and take action, nothing gets done. That is just the simple truth. People want success, people want, breakthroughs, people want to live a life of purpose, but you are not ready to step up and do the work. How is it going to come to pass? You need to step up, and by stepping up is once you schedule it into your calendar. I have to wake up, come rain or shine, Tuesday morning. If I need to hit my goal, I need to exercise Tuesday morning very early. I need to wake up 6. If my exercise time is 6 to 6 to half 6, and I cannot do half an hour, even if it's 5-10 minutes, I start to move. Once you begin to get into the motion, once you begin to kick yourself into movement, you will begin to build momentum. You begin, and when you begin to see results, when I begin to see my tummy go down, when I begin to see the weight, off of me, it builds that, encouragement and motivation for you to continue to move forward. And so it is very crucial that not only do you schedule this thing, you need to, do what you say you will do when you want to, when you said you will do it. That is the only way that we can actually move forward in order to achieve our goals. Another thing that we need to do whilst we're scheduling our goals is this. You need to know the days and mark out times that you will not be available to do all of this work. See, what we miss most of the time is this. I know I've got this week, I need to do things, and I wanted people to keep me accountable to it. I said I wanted to edit my YouTube, my video and put it on YouTube. I wanted to write a blog post and upload it on my website, and I wanted to prepare for this lesson. So those were my 3 things I needed to do. And I know that no matter what, I need to achieve these 3 things before the end of the week. If somebody came to me and they needed my time, I still have to be at work. I still have to be there for the children, for their own work, take them to extra lessons and football and all the rest. And then somebody is asking me to do something that's going to make use of my time. See, if I don't have that thing, those 3 things in front of me to achieve, it's very easy for me to say, okay, yes, let me help you. I can do it. But when you have a target, it is very easy to stay focused on those 3 things and to be able to say, you know what, I'm sorry, I've got some things I need to do before the end of this week. Can I help you next week? You'll be able to know what you can say yes to and what you can say no to. So when things come, when life happens, when challenges come, your task, your schedule helps you to stay in line to those things that you can accommodate, and the things that you can say, you know what, I don't need to do this right now. I need to move it next week because I've got these 3 things that I need to achieve before the end of this week. And so the number 4 that I'm going to talk about is maximizing your time and your efficiency. In order for us to begin to see results and to see things really start to move in our favor in terms of achieving our goals, you need to set yourself up for success. And setting yourself up for success requires you to make some changes in life. It requires you to begin to do certain things that you probably weren't doing before, or begin to not do some things that you were doing before. And where am I going with this? You need to begin to maximize your time. You need to begin to put routines in place that's going to help you to move forward. As much as this thing sounds like it's easier said than done, it's true. But if you're going to be a better version of yourself, there are some things that you need to begin to put into place. And one of those things is to begin to maximize your efficiency. One instance is that you want to write a book, but you don't have time, to go to the library to read up. Your weeks are so packed. You go from work to help the children. From there, you get home to do the work. So when you are in the bus, on the train, during your journey, how are you spending that time? Do you use that time to go on Facebook? Are you using that time, your journey time, to be on Instagram? Those places you can learn and pick up a lot. But if you look at your screen time, if you look at the time you're spending just scrolling through those pages and not actually using it to impact yourself, to read up about how to be an author, then you're not maximizing your efforts. You're not maximizing your time. You're not maximizing your efficiency. And then when you come back home, you just throw your leg up, you know what, I'm tired, I just can't do this today. And you don't jump up and say, you know what, I need to finish this chapter before the end of tonight. You get the children into bed and you say, you know what, I need to, even if it's 500 words, I need to write it tonight. I do that to myself sometimes. When I come home, and I'm very tired because I've worked long day from 8 to 7, and I get home, I need to make dinner for the children, get them into bed, and I'm tempted. It is very, very tempting to just say, okay, you know what, I can justify myself. I've been so busy all day. I can just relax and not do what I said I was going to do, which is to edit my video, or to write 500 words, or to write my blog post. It's very easy, but what I do, I don't take off my jacket. I don't get undressed, because once I undress and I'm in my pajamas and I'm relaxed, then I can't do what I want to do. So what, I stay dressed, I get done everything I need to do for the children, get them into bed, and I sit down like I'm back at work again. It really helps me. So you've got to look around you. Look at things that you're doing. Look at what you can do in order to be able to make the necessary change that is going to help you to move your business forward, that is going to help you to move your life forward. It's not only about business that we have personal goals, we have life goals, we have financial goals. So if you're working now, you're earning £1,000, and your target is to earn 1,500. So what are you doing? What goals have you set? What things have you put in place in order to earn the extra £500? So there's so many areas that we can have goals and plan for. And so you need to incorporate routines. You need to look at things that you can actually do, put in place in order to help you to systemize your life. Once you systemize your life, it will help you to see results quicker, basically. And then once you know your goals, you've written it down, you've broken it down, you know what you need to do on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and then you can look at the year. Now you need to assess, you need to see what are the things that could easily stop you. Because if you don't know what has stopped you in the past, or what could still stop you from achieving your goals, you will find out that you have a good plan, but you don't actually, get to do what you wanted to do. So you need to look at your life, your surrounding, the people that are in connection to you. What has stopped you in the times past? Or what are the things that can actually stop you from doing what you want to do? So you need to plan for those things that has been a stumbling block. Let me give you an instance. Say I want to lose weight, okay? And I need to be eating vegetables. I need to be eating my greens. I need to be eating all of these things. But I don't plan to make sure that I have all of this food around me, and I remove. See, not only do you have the things that you need, but you also remove the things that could stop you. All right. But now I don't have the food I need to eat. I don't have it at home. But what I have is all the junk food that has allowed me to put on that weight. So how are you helping yourself to see success? So now you need to remove those stumbling blocks. Now what I do, I'm trying to lose weight myself. I'm trying to shed some weight, especially in my tummy area. All the Lucozades, all the biscuits, the chocolate biscuits that I see that, when I feel like snacking, that I just go get Lucozade. It's not help. Even though I'm eating healthy, but I'm piling it up with other things that I shouldn't be eating in the first place. So that Lucozade being there is a stumbling block for me. The chocolate biscuits, in my viewpoint, is a stumbling block for me. So I need to remove those stumbling blocks. If, for instance, if your plan is to write a book, and okay, I'm free on Mondays to be able to sit down and write my book, and then all I do is sit at home on the computer. Before I know it, then I see, oh dear, I need to take the bin out. Oh yeah, I need to fold the clothes. Oh yeah, I need to put some clothes in the washing. And I just see that even though I was free on Monday, but all I've done for the rest of that day is do the housework, do the things that I did not actually plan to do. I need to remove that stumbling block from my life. And how do I remove it? Instead of me sitting at home to do the writing, I can actually get myself out the door, get into the library, go to a cafe, find somewhere outside of my immediate environment that makes me relax and see all the work that I need to do. You need to remove those stumbling blocks. You need to remove everything that has stopped you in the past if you are really true to yourself and to your vision and to your goals and to your dreams, you need to remove those things that will actually, hinder you from getting to your destination. The last thing I'm just going to quickly discuss here is this: you need to surround yourself with helpers of destiny. Full stop. If there are people around you that do not make you, feel motivated to do more, to be a better version of yourself, you need to remove yourself from that association. You need to be in groups. Either there's so many Facebook groups that will help you, that will challenge you, that you will learn from them. There's when I just started using Instagram, I was following a lot of pages that all I see is clothes and shoes and bags and things that don't motivate me, that don't challenge me to say, oh my God, I'm slacking, I'm sleeping on this vision. I just, unfollowed all of them. You need to surround yourself, for you to be able to achieve your goals, you need to surround yourself with things and people, that will actually help you to move yourself forward. You need to plan. You have to be deliberate in this thing. You have to know that this is what I set out to do, and I'm ready to give it all it takes. I'm ready to do all it takes for me to see achievement. So you need to surround yourself with people that will lift you up. You need to surround with people that will challenge you, that will make you to see that, oh my God, I need to do this. What I do now on my way to work, sometimes I'm listening to gospel music and the rest. And then sometimes when I feel like I'm demotivated and down, some of the courses I bought in the times past, I just put in a podcast when I'm cooking. I just put a podcast or one of my past trainings that I bought before. So I'm listening to it and I'm learning new things about what I need to do to improve my business. So that's what you need to do. What goes in your ear affects your mindset. What you see daily affects your mindset. So therefore, that's why you need to remove from your vision. You need to, as they say, see no evil, hear no evil. Hear no evil, see no evil. So once you don't see those things, your spirit being. So I remove myself from all of those pages that don't motivate me, that don't improve me, that don't, move me forward. So that's one thing I want us to know, just as a roundup, that you need to surround yourself with people that will challenge you, with people that will motivate you, with people that will lift you up. And then finally, you need to review how you're achieving these goals. You need to, because if you are not reviewing, if you are not knowing where you are, where you're coming from, and where you want to go, there's no way for you to know, am I actually on the right path? It's just like somebody going from A to Z, and you are on the bus, and it's 15 stops to where you're going, and you're not looking up and checking, okay, what's this stop number? How many more stops to me? If you're not checking every stop to know where you need to be, by the time the bus passes your bus stop, you won't know. You would not know. And the only way to know where you are going and if you are on the right path is to be doing a check, at the end of every week. Before the end of this week, now I need to, at the end of this week, I need to review myself. I need to, give an account to myself to say, those 3 things I said I was going to do, did I achieve them? Did I do them? What stopped me? Why was not able to achieve it? So I want us to, put all of these things into practice. I'm just going to quickly do a summary. You need to have a goal. Once you have the goal, you need to write it down. You make a giant list, then you break your list down into yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily tasks. Once you break it down, it's easier for you to manage. And then once you create a blueprint, a blueprint is basically saying, if I need to write a book, I need to get the topic of what the book is going to be about, how many chapters, I need to create the chapters, I need to break it down. And then once I have all of the chapters of this book I'm going to write, I need to say January, I need to write chapter 1 and chapter 2. February, chapter 3, chapter 4. And in January, I'm going to say chapter 1 and chapter 2. How many words? I need to now break it down. Okay, so for the month, for every week in January, I need to write 1,500 words. I'm just giving instances here. So you need to break all of those down into that's a blueprint. You need to break it down into so smaller, manageable tasks that you can actually see, because when all you see is the book, it becomes overwhelming. But when you look at it by words, I need to write 1,000 words every week or every day, or 3 days in a week, then it's that one is easy for me to manage, rather than thinking to myself, okay, I'm just getting the book, right? So, and then the next thing that you need to do, once you've broken it down into a blueprint and how you're going to achieve it, is now you schedule it. Once they say, if it's not scheduled, then it's not real. If you do not have it down to say, I take out my phone and I say, on Monday between the hours of 2 to 3 o'clock, all right, I need to be writing 1,500, and I set a reminder. Now what I do to myself, I put a reminder to remind me the day before, because I can get carried away. Life happens, I need to set a reminder that half an hour to the time I said I'm going to do it, remind me. One day to the time I said I'm going to do it, remind me. And then it's in my eyesight every time I'm reminded of that particular task, and it allows me to get it done. And then, which is the third thing. And then the fourth thing, which I actually discussed, is about maximizing your time and your efficiency, creating and setting yourself up for success by putting in routines. Routines help you, making sure that you don't fall foul of the things that have stopped you in times past. Because when you begin to put routines in place, and I know every Monday between the hours of 2 to 3 I'm writing my book. Once I set that in motion, it will help me to make sure that I do not fall off the wagon. Every Monday I sit down to write. Every Monday I sit down to write. Every Saturday I need to work out. Every Thursday I need to do this. And then once you put that into motion and into momentum, and once you begin to do it gradually, begin to build momentum, you begin to build the movement, and before you say, you begin to receive get the maximum results from achieving that particular goal. And then the fifth thing I talked about is you need to assess those things that are likely to stop you and remove them. I cite an example of, if I want to lose weight and I know I have affinity for drinking sugary drinks, I need to make sure I take them out. I'm not even buying them, so that they don't stop me. Even though I'm trying to eat my vegetables, I'm trying to eat at the right time, but I'm still eating junks because I have them at home. So if I don't have it, then I don't snack on it, and that way I removes those stumbling blocks. If I want to write a book and all I do is sit at home and do everything else but write the book, I need to pluck myself out from writing at home and take myself to the library, or take myself to where I know I will get motivated to actually do the writing. And number 6, what I discussed is surrounding yourself with people that will motivate you, surrounding yourself with things that will motivate you. Taking don't just sit down and while away time doing the things that makes you feel like you're busy and you don't have time, but you're actually not doing anything. I discussed about tracking your time, in one of our past videos about time saving tips for busy entrepreneurs. It's in that video. So you need to track your time. Once you're tracking your time, you know what you need to be doing at every particular point in time. You are able to maximize your efficiency. So every spare time you have, think of what you need to be doing. And the only way to know is because you've assessed your week, you've seen what you need to do, you've put into your calendar the things that you say you're going to do that will help you to achieve your goals. And so finally, which is the 7th lesson here, is for you to review. Continually review. Put checkpoints in place. Sunday nights, when you sit down, when you're relaxed, that's what I do now. Every Sunday night I try to look at review the week. Okay, I wanted to do 3 things. What did I do? Okay, I couldn't do this. Okay, all right, let me see next week, what days of the week do I need to put those things in place. And you will see, before you know it, all of these little things that we put in place, all of these little systems, little routines that we put in place, and we begin to form new habits, they would help us to in a long way to achieve the results that we want. I've just only done this as a bit because this is an entire course I've actually created. So I could only, because it's a very deep topic, how to achieve your goals is a very, very deep topic. So I only wanted to give you, the basic understanding of what it takes to be a goal getter and a goal achiever. So I really appreciate us, and I just wanted to say, all right, if there's any area where you think I could be of help to you in your business, in your life, please feel free to message me in any format you find easy, and let me know, because I'm out here. What I want to do is to help people, get themselves unstuck from wanting to achieve so much but not finding out how they can do it. There are so many people that want to do great things, but they don't know the direction to go. So if that is part of the things that you're struggling with, just message me. Let me know if there's any topic you will want me, if there's anything you would like me to show you how you can get it done. Even if I don't know it, I read it just to come and teach you. All right, so until next week, I'll be able to see you around. Thank you. All right, bye people, love you, take care, bye bye.